Welcome friends, this is Ricky Sambo, and in this lesson we want to revise mathematics paper 1. We're going to just sample out some questions. If you want online lessons, you can use this number which is on your screen, 0969 65 0240, and then you're going to reach me. So let us see the first question. Okay, so the first question evaluate. So we have 8 over 27, and then d in brackets raised to the power 1 over 3. So when a question like this comes, this question is very simple. So I'm going to show you two methods of answering this question, or if a question like this was to come. So now the first thing is you just have to copy the question. You copy this, so it will be 8 over 27 and then in brackets. So perhaps you want to know where this question was extracted. So this question is coming from indices. So you'd find that a question like this, when it comes, this is very simple. The first method, so we're going to write the first one is that first of all, these two, we have this fraction which is given. Always you'd find that this fraction, or this, the numerator here, will be the power. Okay, so this will be the power, and then this one, which is the denominator, will be outside the what? The root. Meaning that this number and the number which will be here, x is the number, and then this is the root. So meaning that you're going to find a number which will multiply itself 3 times to give us this number here. So that is what they are telling us. So in this situation, they are telling us to say we're going to find a number such that it should multiply itself 3 times to give us what? 8. And then also 3 times to give us what? 27. So let us see what we're talking about. So what we're talking about here is this. So meaning that a number which can multiply itself 3 times to give us 8. So 2 times 2 times 2. So we find that 2 times 2, that is 4. 4 times 2, that is what? 8. So meaning that we have these 3 numbers which are multiplying themselves 3 times to give us 8. So we write to say 3, which is the base is 2. And then let us move to 27. So meaning that what number can we get? So the number is 3. So 3 by 3 by 3. So 3 by 3, that is 9. 9 by 3, that is 27. So it will be 3 raised to the power t to the power 3. And then this, you can put them in brackets to say, so meaning that this one and this one, it is one and the same. So we're going to put it to say 2 raised to the power 3 over 3 raised to the power 3 in brackets, and then we put a fraction or a power which is given there. So it will be this 3 will cancel with this 3, and then this 3 will cancel with this 3. So it will be 2 in bracket raised to the power 1 over 3 in bracket raised to the power 1, which is equal to 2 over 3. So this is one of the methods that you can use. The other method that you can use is this. So this is the second method that you can use. So we are saying that 8 over 27, and then which is raised to 1 over 3. So we are going to say 3, and then here we're going to say 8, and then over 27 in brackets, and then raised to the power 1. So in this case, you'd find a number which will multiply itself 3 times to give us 8. So that number is what? We said it is 2. So 2 over 2, and then the number which can multiply itself 3 times to give us 27, that is what? That is 3. And then if you want, you can raise it to the power 1, which is equal to 2 over what? 2 over 3. So you can use the first method or the second method. It depends to which one is easy and simple for you. Okay, the second one is factorize completely. So you factorize here. So now factorization comes from algebra. So the indices and the factorization all come from the algebra. So meaning that you have to be acquainted with questions that are extracted from algebra. So in this case, we are saying that factorize completely, which is 3x raised to the power 3 minus 27x. So we're going to copy 3x raised to the power 3 minus 27x. So in this case, what is common here? What is common between 27 and 3? Obviously, the 3 is common, because you'd find that 3 into 27, that is 9. So in this case, what we're going to do is this. We're going to say 3x, and then which is raised to the power 3. And then also here we have 27x. So what is common here is that 3 into 3, it is 1. And then 3 into 27, that is 9. So in this case, we're going to say what is common is 3x. So 3x is common. Okay, so we're going to say 3x, open bracket, what will remain there is x squared minus, and then here we're going to write 9, such that when we multiply 3x by x squared, it will give us 3x raised to the power 3. And then if we multiply 3x by negative 9, we're going to have negative 27x. So in this case, what are you supposed to do? Because they've said completely. So meaning you're going to say 3x, and then in bracket x squared minus this one. We're going to change it. We're going to find a number which can multiply itself 2 times to give us 9, and that is 3. So it will be raised to the power 3. So in this case, we're going to continue and say 3x open bracket. So we'd say 3 x minus 3, you close, you open, and then you say x minus 3 plus, yes, so plus, you close, and then it means that you've answered the question very correct. Let us see the third one, simplify. So simplify 2a minus 5b, open bracket, a minus b plus ap. So in this case, simplify. First of all, let us just copy the question. So okay, so these questions are very simple. Okay, so what we're going to do is, first of all, you work out what is in the brackets. So that is what we're going to work out. So we would say 2a, and then negative 5b times a. So meaning it is negative times or negative 5b times positive. So meaning that negative times positive, you'd find that it will give us a negative. So in this case, it will be negative 5ab, and then we'll say negative 5b times negative b. So meaning that you would say negative times what? Times negative. So negative times negative, always you'd find that it will give you a positive. So in this case, we have 2 b's there. So it will be positive plus 5b squared, because we have 2 b's. And then you just have to copy plus a b. So when you reach here, you're going to collect and identify like terms. So in this case, the like terms, we have so we have that one ab, and then also we have ab there. So these are like terms. So we're going to arrange them. So we'd say 2a minus 5ab plus ab plus 5b squared. So in this case, what are you going to do? Different signs, we subtract and we maintain the sign from the bigger number. So we're going to subtract and maintain the sign from the bigger number, which is what? Which is 5. So we'd say 2a minus minus 4ab plus 5b squared. And then you look out to say, do we have like terms here? Do we have like terms? No, we don't have like terms. So it means that you are done. Okay, so let us move to another question. So we have this question, which is the point A, open bracket, minus 5 or negative 5, comma 3, and the point B have a midpoint 4, comma, negative 2. Find the coordinates of B. So we want to find the coordinates of B, but we haven't been given. But what we've been given is the coordinates for A and then the midpoint. So meaning that we have A, so this is A, and then to what? B. And then what they've asked us to say is to find what? The midpoint. Now, or to find B, because the midpoint we have. So in this case, these are the coordinates for the midpoint. Now, what are the coordinates for B? So that is what we're going to find, the coordinates for B. So we can write to say A for easy understanding, 5, and then we have 3 there. And then what do we have? So B, we can write B. So B will just say X, comma, Y. And then what else? So the midpoint. We have the midpoint. The midpoint 4, 4, comma, negative 2. So in that case, what formula are we going to use? So you'll find that in this case, the first thing that we have to understand is that this question was extracted from coordinate geometry. So the formula for finding the midpoint is midpoint. So midpoint A, B is equal to, so x1 plus x2 over 2, and then we have y1 plus y2 over 2. So as you can see here, we can also label here and say, so this one is our 1, and then this one is what? Our 2 there. Okay, and then here we have x, and then we have y. So in this case, we would say this is x1, and then we have y1 there. And then we have x2, and then we have y2 there. Okay, so we can say, first of all, we'll start by finding x. So we'll start by finding what? X. So we'd say this x, we're going to substitute it. So we're going to substitute because we are saying that the midpoint for x, so the midpoint for x is what? Is 4. So the midpoint for x is what? Is 4. So we would say negative 5 plus, so plus x2 is equal to what? Is equal to 4 over 2. So someone may ask where this 4 is coming from. So this is the midpoint, because they are saying this is x. Okay, so this is x. So this is x. And the midpoint, and this is y. So the midpoint for x is what? Is 4. So that's why we've used a 4 there. So we would say over 1 and then you cross multiply. So in this case it will be negative 5 plus x2 is equal to, so we would say 4 times 2. So in this case negative 5 plus x2 is equal to, so this is 8 to give us 8 there. So here x2 is equal to 8 and then this 5 will move to this side and then it will change to positive 5. So we would say x2 is equal to what? Is equal to 13. So now this 13 that we have is the x coordinate. And then let us find the y. So we would say y1 plus y2 over 2 is equal to what? Is equal to what? Is equal to negative 2 there. So in this case, we're going to substitute. Do we have x1? Do we have y1? Do we have y1? Do we have y1? Yes, we have, because it is a 3 there. So we would say 3 plus, do we have y2? No, we don't have. So we would say y2 over, that is 2 is equal to negative 2. So in this case, you're going to cross multiply. So it will be 3 plus y2 is equal to, so negative 2 times 2. So what are we going to have? So negative, I would say 3 plus y2 is equal to, so negative, so negative times positive, you'd find that the answer is what? Is negative. So we're going to have negative 4 there. So here, what are you going to do? This one, and then negative 4 minus negative, or we'd say negative 3. So what are you supposed to do? So negative, what are you going to do? So you're going to add. So it means that you're going to add, and then you're going to maintain the sign. So for those that are not sure with signs, you'd say, so in this case, negative, you add and then you maintain the sign. So it will be negative 7, which is y2. So in this case, it means that the coordinates for B, is, so x, so we have x, which is what? 13. And then we have y, which is what? Negative 7. So it means that you've answered the question. Okay, so let us look at this question. Okay, given that we have a matrix, so OP, which is 4, 13, and then the midpoint, the point Q is 16,8. Find the magnitude of what? PQ. So we can use two methods that will be that we can use. So the first one is, so this is the first method that I'm going to show you. So PQ, so you'd find that PQ, you're going to use under coordinate geometry. So you would say x2 minus x1, and then you close in brackets and then raise to the power 2 plus y2 minus y1, and then in what? Raise to the power 2. So in this case, what do we have? What do we have here? What do we have? So number one, OQ. So OQ is what? 16. So we have 16A. So we have 16, and then that is 8. So that is what we have. Okay, and then now in this case, the other thing that we have to know is to identify these points that we've been given, so as for us to identify what x2 is and what x1 is. So in this case, we have these coordinates and that. So we have x1. So x1 is this one. So x1 is, so we have, this is x1, and then we have y1 there, and then we have x2, and then we have y2 there. Okay, so these because we're going to we're going to introduce an equal a negative there. So you're going to introduce a negative there. So meaning that if this is 1 and then this is 2, then we can work out to say x 2x, where is 2x? So 2x, that is 16 minus, which is a 4 there. So in brackets, and then raised to the power 2 plus. So open bracket, where is y2? So y2, so we have 8, and then y1, 8 minus 13 there, raised to the power 2. And then, so when you work out 16 minus 4, we're going to have 12 squared plus, and then 8 minus 13. What are we going to have? 8 minus 13. So we're going to have a 5 there. So we're going to have a 5. So 8 minus 13, we're going to have a 5 there. So in this case, okay, so you can put in brackets, and then you would find that what are we going to have? The 12 squared, it will give us 144 plus this one will give us 25. So in this case, what are you supposed to do when you reach here? You'd find that you're going to add, so it will be 44 plus 25. So 44 plus 25, so 44 plus 25, so it will give us 9 there, and then we're going to have 6 there, 1, so which is 169. So the square root for 169, it is 13. The square root for 160, that is 13. So that is our answer. So 13 is our answer that we have. So the other method that you can use would say PQ is equal to, so PO, so PO, so I would say PO, the direction, don't forget the direction, so plus OQ, so OQ, so that is what we have. And then we can say, because that is the opposite, here it is, so they've given us OP, but what we have is PO, so meaning that the direction has changed, and then we're going to introduce negatives there because the direction has changed. So in this case, we're going to say negative, and then we have negative 13 there, plus, so plus, we have OQ, so OQ, that is, we have 16, and then we have 8 there. So we can work out and say negative 4 plus 16, and then negative 13 plus 8. So in this case, what are we going to have? So if they work out, so negative plus negative positive, we're going to subtract and maintain the sign from the bigger number. So we're going to have 12 over, and then here we're going to have what are we going to have? We're going to have 5 there. Okay, so we're going to have 5 there in that case. So when you look at this, what we have, then we can change this because we are looking at there, we want to find the magnitude. So we would say PQ, and then these we'll put them in what? To find the square root. So we would say plus 5, and then what are we going to have there? And then we're going to have 144 plus 25. So in this case, we're going to add, it will give us 169. The square root for 169 is 13. So because we haven't been given units, so we'd say units. So it means that you've answered the question. Thank you very much. You can subscribe to my channel and share